this is what we're going to talk about right now. How many people think that the sheriffs were in on it as far as Aaron's house being robbed? So, Mathew Perry, right? Mathew Perry. Reading through the reports on Mathew Perry's house, the Homicide and Robbery Division was sent out to Mathew Perry's house. It said in the paper, it said in the information that somebody repositioned Matthew's body and put his head out of the water. So why is the Homicide and Robbery Division together? Anybody know that? Why is it together? Why is the same person in charge of both? The reason why I asked that question is because when Aaron's house was being robbed, the police were outside looking the other way, so they had to have been in on it, okay? Now, I'm saying that the sheriff's department was in on it, and I'd like to find out from the Mathew Perry scene, was anything taken from his house? Because again, there's only two sides. There's either the white light side or the dark black side. It's white and black. Everything's white and black. When you're dealing with the law, you're dealing with contracts, and it's a very black and white world. So there's only two sides. The white side, which is the light side, or the dark side, which is the black side. There is no in between. It's either right or it's wrong. And if the sheriffs had no right to allow Melanie, Angel Holansky, and all the other movers there unload the assets at Aaron's house. Melanie has no claim to the estate. She only claims to have an heir, but it's never been proven. It's actually been proven that Aaron's not a DNA match, okay? So because the sheriffs didn't do anything, they were in on it too. That's why I'm wondering what was going on over at Mathew Perry's house, and if anything, any items were stolen from his home, okay? I mean, I think that in Aaron's death, the authorities were definitely involved, okay? I'm not saying that they were the ones that came up with the murder for hire plot, but there were 4 people that were definitely involved in Aaron's murder, and one went this way, one went that way, one went this way, and the other one's locked up, okay? There's more than that, but probably the top 4 that are going to get arrested and do time. Now, the thing about ATM Richie is he got paid basically to be the one that was going to sacrifice the jail time. But ATM Richie needs to tell us where the money came from. He knows more. Now, one more thing I wanted to talk about when I was reading about Mathew Perry. And if you go through the videos that I posted about Mathew Perry, you'll see in there that it says prescriptions found at the scene, anti-anxiety medication and COPD medication is what the mole told TMZ. Isn't that a HIPAA violation? Why is a member from the authorities, from law enforcement, telling TMZ what prescription pills were at Mathew Perry's house? I mean, I would have to say that Mathew Perry's parents could sue TMZ for overstepping their boundaries. Okay, that's a HIPAA law violation. They've got this thing where they go ahead and pay people off to get information, and then they report about it, and it's a violation of his privacy. Nobody should know what kind of prescription drugs Mathew Perry was taking. Hello? These people think that they're above the law because they use the law to get by. that brings me to my next point. I am working with an investigator, and thank you for letting me know the very jealous person that keeps reporting my page. The address was traced back to a warehouse that has a forklift inside of it. So if you want to go ahead and being a salty, jealous person and reporting my page, maybe you should talk to your attorney about the ramifications of that, okay? I'm going to be discreet and give you an opportunity to think about what it is that you're doing, because I don't think you want me to publicly embarrass you, because you know that I will. Okay, so I'm taking out my scissors and I'm cutting people off at the knees because people are jealous that I've gotten so far in Aaron's case, and they just don't want to see me do better because they could never do what I'm doing. So that's the next issue that I'm bringing up in regards to Aaron's, and even Aaron's murder too. You know, no prescriptions found at the scene. Oh, drugs found at the scene. Oh, Mathew Perry, anti-anxiety found at the scene. COPD drugs found at the scene. And they blatantly admit that they're paying people off for this kind of information. It's not allowed, okay? You're violating HIPAA laws, you're violating his privacy, and I think that, you know, you being a lawyer who runs TMZ should know that. You're not allowed to expose people's medical information like that. I hope you get sued by Mathew Perry's parents, okay? And so, yeah, I wonder what was taken from Mathew Perry's house. Was anybody over there today unloading it with two 26-foot moving trucks like they were at Aaron's house? Unless you're doing something about it, you're part of it, okay? And so just so people know, there are sheriffs and there are police people that get bored with their job. Nobody else will notice. Not happening. That's what whistleblowers are for, okay? So we saw that, and we're going to continue to report on the things that we find are corrupt and continue to report on Aaron's case and use Mathew Perry's case as an example of, is it seeping into the film industry side? I mean, the actors have been on strike, right? So there has been no revenue coming in from the film side. So is that what happens? They just start hurting for money, and then they just start taking out actors and actresses to try to balance the books? I mean, I don't know, but we're going to find out. To be continued. Thank you, everybody who continues to support my channel and my work. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day. Namaste.